When I received an invite to come down and hunt whitetails on the legendary Las Cuevas Ranch in northern Mexico, the first thing that came to mind was my equipment. Due to the notorious size, strength, and brute toughness of the bucks that dominate this region of the world, I had to make sure I was going into this hunt armed with the strongest, sharpest, and most reliable broadhead made. As a young boy, my dad was my teacher and mentor when it came to all things hunting. One lesson he passed on to me before being called home still holds true to this day. Muzzy Broadheads are bad to the bone. As the fixed blade head that has stood the test of time and has been battle tested season after season, I elected to enter the arena to do battle against an old, dominant warrior of a buck with a shaft tipped by Muzzy's trocar. The first morning in the blind, the buck I had been preparing for both mentally and physically had entered my wheelhouse and established himself as the man of the house. He began to walk off toward the does when I bleated and stopped him for a shot. He put on the brakes and stared dead at me. As other deer cleared the area, he stood his ground as if to say, "Bring it." I touched off on my release and sent the Muzzy trocar tipped missile downrange. I watched as my arrow struck inches low of where I had intended. My heart sank. The arrow drove in only a matter of a few short inches before snapping off. It seemed as though it had gone straight into shoulder and leg bone, a nightmare for any bow hunter. But in that same split second, as I watched this bruiser face plant into the Mexican soil and struggled to make it off into the brush, I realized the trocar had done its job. It had gone through hardened leg bone, blew through the pump station, and buried into the off shoulder, disabling it. 150 yards away, my challenger had fallen. On this day, I was the victor. I could now confidently pass on the lesson my dad had taught me to my friends, family, and future children. I guess he really knew what he was talking about. Muzzy, bad to the bone.